Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Wow. I can't believe it. Manchester United, first place in the EPL, the Premier League, for the first time since 2013. That was the last time we won the league with Alex Ferguson. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. Hey, those of you who are tuning in, welcome to the show, CJ Socials. It's not going to be a long one. Once again, we're just here to bring you some amazing football content. Those of you that are new, please like, subscribe, and share. This is going to be a very brief video because I just wanted to kind of just get my excitement out there. Just because, well, I never saw this happening, and I know there is still a long way to go. I heard someone say 21 in 2021 with 21 games left. So that's huge. That is huge. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not one for um I'm not one to I'm not one for superstitions. I'm not one for superstitions, but 2021 might be that, 21 might be that number. There's a lot of 21s going around. So I just wanted to say, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Whew. Crazy, man. I've been one of those people. I've been very critical of Ole. I've been very critical of the team. I've been very critical of the club. Don't get me wrong. Those problems are still there. There is still a lot of work to be done, from the board. I know people are saying we can kind of see a little bit of an improvement with the plan that they have in place, but we still have a long way to go in order to get back to where we need to be, which is challenging for titles season after season. We're not talking about just challenging for this year and that's it. We want to see consistency, not just on the field, off the field as well. So that's from management to leadership to recruitment and just everything. We're just so happy that this is the first hurdle, that we're able to overcome. And now we're sitting first in the league and the EPL, baby. This is crazy, man. I'm just so excited. The game, I got to be honest, man, throughout the game till that goal, till Pogba scored that goal, that game was dead. That game was just dead. I can't lie. I was one of the fans. I was bugging. I was like, what's going on? Why are we playing so defensive? Once I saw the Pogba and Matic pivot, I just knew right away, because it's going to be one of those defensive games where we might have to rely on Bruno, to get a long ball in. And Burnley, they're a solid team. I know people look down on them, and we expect Manchester United to just go in there and beat Burnley. But Burnley, they're an actually good team. They're actually well organized. One of the top most organized defenses in the league. So you got to give them props. They made it very hard on us. They ticked off Cavani a lot. They always had at least 3 players on Martial at all times. They blocked all the channels for Rashford to run through. So that's where Bruno was kind of out of the game because there was no Rashford to make those runs, just because Burnley's defense was just very solid in how they played throughout the game. So it's those kind of games that you just know we need a moment of brilliance. And what is the one team that will always give you that moment of brilliance? That is Manchester United. That's what we've come to be, the moments team. I don't care. If the moments means we're going to win games, that's cool. At some point, don't get me wrong, at some point, we want to start seeing good football. Obviously, there's the pandemic. A lot of the games are coming so quick, so I can understand is every game is not going to be high intensity. Every game is not going to be, a lot of fluidity going on. But at some point, when fans get back into the stadium, we have to up our level of football. We have to up our level in how we play, the energy and the intensity. And I'm sure, like Ole has said in his press conferences, that fans do make a huge difference, in the morale of the team. So it will be very nice to kind of, see how this team moves on when fans are actually allowed to go into the stadium and watch the game. But I gotta give it up to the boys, man. You know, it goes back to my other video. You know, Bruno has been magnificent since he came into the club. Obviously, he still has a lot of work. He's not the most consistent and skilled player, but he's always going to give you that moment of brilliance. He's always going to give you that extra. Um, he's the kind of player that you need when you're trying to win a title. And I'm not saying that because Bruno. I don't think Bruno is the best player in the world. Whoever thinks that just needs to go see a doctor, you know. But you need a player like Bruno because he's a leader. You know, he's always looking for, even though what he lacks in skill, he lacks in. I mean, he makes up for it in mentality. So what he lacks in skill, he makes up for it in mentality. So that's just very huge, man. This is a very huge. It's a very huge week for us. It's still a huge week because we're facing our fiercest competition in Liverpool on Sunday. So I'm nervous for that game. But with 3 points up, how we've come game after game, we've seen it through. These players have shown us that they do have, they have the heart, they have the spirit, they have the determination to see it through. And that's something I got to say, I got to commend to Ole, the players, everybody, everyone that is involved in preparing for every game that comes through. So, so Bruno, I think Bruno has really been the catalyst in getting us here, and then bring it to my man Pogba. Beginning of the season, man, I've never seen a player get so much abuse from their own fan base. I've never seen that before. And I had a video, you can go check it out on my channel, where it is titled "The Message to Manchester United Fans" on Paul Pogba. I've known Paul Pogba. My family's part French. So I watch Paul Pogba. I've watched him since he was young. And that is a kid with a lot of talent. Yes, people can talk about a lot of inconsistencies in his game, but, we can talk about inconsistencies as long as we want. But what is the thing that everyone has always associated United with since Ferguson left? Lack of consistency. So it's like working in an organization that has no plan, that has no structure in place, that has no consistency in how they do business. How do you expect a staff to be able to be successful in an environment like that? So not to kind of get into the whole Pogba thing. I know a lot of people don't want to admit Pogba has been key in United getting to this point as well in the last, I'll say 10 games. Every game hasn't been blowing us out the water, but he's done his job defensively. The last game, what was the stats for the last game? Actually, just give me 1 second here. But defensively, he was solid. He's been solid for a while now defensively. He's also been solid going up. I remember the last game, I think it was France versus Portugal, and Deschamps said, I think Pogba had a very defensive game. He played very well defensively in that game. And I remember the one thing that Deschamps said in his press conference right after the game. He did say, Pogba is a talented player. He's a smart player. He's experienced. Pogba knows when to defend, and he also knows when to attack. A lot of Manchester United fans did not like that because they were like, oh, he just gave away a penalty against Arsenal. Oh, he's this, he's that. Whatever it is, Deschamps groomed Pogba from a young age. He's coached Pogba. They won the World Cup together. They were most likely going to probably win the Euros last year together. So this is a player who has a lot of experience and has proven his trophy cabinet shows you that he's a world-class player. So it was a difficult start to the season. And now he's showing us in the last how many games, he's shown us that, he knows when to track back and defend, and he knows when to go up. Could he be a bit more intense defensively? Yes, he could be. But, it's progress. We're finally seeing a healthy Pogba, a happy Pogba with a good team around him to play with the likes of Bruno. Bruno has really come in and has, uplifted everybody's game. Rashford is on a different level this past year. Martial, he's struggling, but I don't care what all the haters say. He is still contributing to this team, whether it's taking players on, attracting players to him to free up all the players, linking the play, you know, getting on the end of balls. He's doing his thing. Yes, he's lacking a lot of confidence in front of goal, but that will come as long as United keep producing good results. The confidence will come. So it's just a matter of time. So I'm not too worried with Martial, but I just wanted to, big up Paul Pogba. He's done a great thing. It's amazing. This is the guy that, and it's crazy how life works. The guy that we all wanted to crucify is the guy who scores the goal. It wasn't Bruno. It wasn't Rashford. It was Paul Pogba. And I got to admit, Rashford finally looks up. He didn't try to take on 10 men in the box. He didn't try to take a shot from that weird angle that he usually does. He finally looks up and makes that pass. And that was the crucial moment in the game that won us that game. So I want to big up to Rashford for thinking differently in that moment, because we needed something. I think it was the 74th minute was the 74th minute. Yeah, it was when we scored that goal. So for me, that goal had to come sooner than later. Because if not, if it was 10 minutes left of the game, 5 minutes left of the game, we all know how that ends up. It's never pretty because the team just has the ball. Every player just goes behind the ball, and it's kind of hard to break those kind of defenses. So just trying to find my where I had the stat of Paul Pogba. Okay, yeah. So Paul Pogba had, obviously, he scored the one goal, which is the only goal in the game. He had 103 touches. So he was ranked number one. So he had the most touches in the entire game. That's huge. So he definitely controlled the game. Successful passes. So he had 70 successful passes, which was the most completed passes. And then clearances, he had 4 successful clearances. So which means he was also ranked number one in amount of clearances. So that's, I don't know, man. That's the man of the match, and that's what Pogba can give you. And we're beginning to see a bit of that consistency, because once again, the team is showing a bit of consistency. Am I going to say I'm Ole in? Still no. I'm still not Ole in, but I'm not going to start, having a PSA, public service announcement, to get Ole out. I think he deserves to be on the job at the moment. Let's see how he carries the team to the end of the season. But I still believe that we need, we're getting to that point where we actually need, a tactical coach that can really get things going for us. And I'm not talking about tactics of who to bring on. It's just when you watch United play, we don't really have a pattern. It's just kind of whoever is closest to me, I'm just going to get the ball to you and hope that you make something happen. And I feel like it's individual kind of play. It's not a collective play. And to win titles, to be consistent, to make it difficult on teams, you have to have systems. You have to play collectively. And I think that's something that we are working on, but I think we might need a better coach to do that. But at the end of the day, Ole is doing pretty well. He's probably one of the most, in terms of results, he's probably top 3 managers in the world right now in terms of his stats. I'm not saying that don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he's the best coach, top 3 coaches in the world, but based on his recent results in the last calendar year, I got to say in 2020, Ole has been up there in terms of the number of wins, points won, all of that. So, man, it's definitely has been a very exciting week. I'm excited for the Liverpool game I believe it's on Sunday. We just need to draw that game. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it will be nice to win the game, but as long as we don't lose the game, now that if we tie the game, that keeps us 4 points apart ahead of Liverpool. So that's a pretty comfy result. I know coronavirus kind of ruined a lot of things. We went from having a game in hand to now there's teams that now have 3 games in hand. But it doesn't matter. As long as we keep in our lane, we keep focused. I think we can make it through the final hurdle. We might not win the league, but I think top 3 is definitely there for us to take it at this point. So, but other than that, man, I just wanted to keep this brief. Wanted to keep it short. Please, for those of you that are visiting this channel, so this channel is basically, we've been doing this for about a couple of months. So this channel, this channel is basically a soccer channel. We talk about a lot of mostly the EPL, La Liga. I bring in guests who are fans of different teams, different clubs. So it's not just Manchester United. I'm a Manchester United fan. My partner in business, Charles, is also a Manchester United fan. So that's why we're going to cover about 70% of our content is going to be Manchester United based. But we do cover other teams as well around Europe. We're based in Canada, so we're hopefully looking to bring in some Canadian content. But for right now, we're sticking to the European. We're sticking to European football. So yeah. So please, if it's your first time, please like, subscribe, share, click the like button, tell your friends about it, and also we do live shows as well. So if you wanted to hop on and get your comments on there, ask your questions, feel free to do that. We would love it. So yeah, man, the links are in the description. Till then, we'll be seeing you Sunday for the weekend warm down, where we'll be talking about obviously the main game, probably the biggest game of the season, Manchester United versus Liverpool at Anfield. So yeah, hopefully we come up with the 3 points in a couple of days. But till then, let's drink, let's be merry, let's celebrate. We don't know how long it's going to last, but it's just nice to stare at my phone and just know that we are first in the league. Manchester United, to all of you teams out there that said that we couldn't do it, here we are, 2021. Till next time, I'll see you guys.